Okay, treat chase game level 1. You have already conditioned your marks. You said yes means come get food out of my hand, get it means I'm gonna toss food, right? We've already set the window of opportunity. All that's good. That's the basic beginning of the treat chase game. But now I want to start to use this chasing of the treats to build toughness, build commitment, work on our communication system, working on my ability to accurately lure so I can create behaviors, and working on leash communication. So what I'm going to do is this. First part of the treat chase game at this level is, instead of just them getting it out of my hand, I want to try to investigate all the different aspects, right? So I can make them chase it by chasing the food or by chasing my hand. I can make them stalk by, when I take the food out of my pocket real slow and I act like, here it comes, they're gonna stop and freeze. That's stalking. Obviously consuming as they're eating the food. Celebrate is difficult to do with food. You can investigate it if you can find a way, but it's difficult. Every game has its own strengths and weaknesses, and celebration is kind of the weakness of the food treat chase game. Fight. I can make it difficult for them to get it out of my hand. I can push them out and make them miss. I can push them off and have them drive and dig in. All those things are good, right? So I'm gonna play all the different aspects of play when I'm doing the treat chase game. The other thing that I want to do is work on their ability to maneuver in the environment, right? So I'm gonna make them go over, under, and through anything. Find obstacles, find stuff, over, under, through anything. They should be able to play through any distraction, over, under any distraction, under any distraction, doesn't matter. Then I'm gonna work on the idea of building my luring ability, because any behavior that I wanna get, I need to be able to have the dog know where I'm talking about them going. So I'm gonna make sure that I can do these basic ideas. I can spin them one way, I can spin them the other way, I can make them move forward, I can make them move backward, I can put their butt on the ground, I can put their elbows on the ground. Once I can do that, I can spin one way, spin the other way, sit, down, forward, backward, on top of, over, through, under, anything. I can use any combination of those to make any complex behavior that I want, any like real obedience behavior that I want. Not done. Last thing I'm gonna work on in this phase is acclimating them to leash pressure. So I can make a little bit of leash tension forward and then use the food to draw them forward. Pretty soon that leash pressure forward means move forward. I can use the leash pressure going backwards and then use the food lure to push them backwards. Eventually that leash pressure means back up. Same thing with spin, same thing with sit, same thing with down, same thing with over, under, through, anything. Anything I can get them to do using the food lure, I can eventually put leash pressure just in front of and get them to do that on leash pressure, not food. And that's going to come important later on, once we get to the point where we're challenge their ability to stay in these behaviors long-term and under distraction. I can use my leash to put them back where I need them to be, and instead of that being an uncooperative, irritating thing, it's this, ooh, ooh, ooh. I know what that means. They're excited about it. They have an appetitive, excited response to it, and not this response to typical leash frustration. But I condition the leash signal to help mean those body movements, so I can use the leash later with no frustration to paint the pictures that I need to see in obedience.